Game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Denver Broncos and the Detroit Lions. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. 5 yards on the game's first play, 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Now on 3rd down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete.
As my dad used to tell me all the time, when you're getting ready to play a big-time game, especially when you have one going into a dome setting, better strap it up tight because that crowd can really affect things.
Especially on 3rd downs like the one we just saw there with the incompletion. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. This is taken around the 12. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Lions will take over. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 23-yard line.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
They give to Johnson going right. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
Ready. Watch 98. 98's the mic.
They'll set up to throw. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. The first down carry here for Johnson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down. They'll look to throw now on first down. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. They'll try the left side. Hubbard, 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to 3rd down. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field. Check 4, check 4.
He'll drop to throw. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 41-yard line.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in this paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this 1st drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Golladay. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a 1st down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Let's get that home.
On 1st down, it's Johnson. Johnson, oh, it's poke free. Football's out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle 3rd of the field where he threw that one. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas, and he will take it out to the 25-yard line. That pick hurts a little extra because it was 3rd down. You were already in field goal range.
You know what he's going to hear all night, all next week? Situational football. Understand what's going on because you expressed it perfectly. 3 points were in their hip pocket. They had those. Now, those went by the wayside. You cannot make those kind of mistakes.
It's what you call a rookie mistake. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. They look to throw. It's locked. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Jalen Ferguson coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. To try again after the sack. Locke, he's going to take off with it. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
A gain of 4. And it's 3rd down.
Ready, set.
We're scoreless after 1.
It's just me and you. It's just
8, read.
On 3rd and long, it's Locke. And this one complete to Will Fuller. A gain of 19 on 3rd and 18, and that'll move the chains. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Now a carry for Lindsey. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. To throw it is Locke. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49. A gain of just 2. They hold him to only 2 there on the screen. It's 2nd down.
At the 49-yard line.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Here's Locke. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 26.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that
first.
wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Let's go.
Ready. Turn 2 stop. Right. Shoot.
They'll run. It's Lindsey. They get 1 yard back there to make it 2nd and 14.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Ready.
Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike.
Hey, Delta.
Hey, get in the way. 53's the Mike. 53. Check 50.
Let's fight.
They'll try the draw. Lindsey. And an alley to run. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on 2nd and long, but it worked out for them.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
Now, that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle. Right? No big plays given up. No balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? Just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away. But they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Here's a quick hitch route, and the throw complete. A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now back to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. That is now 19-yard gains on back-to-back plays.
Lions, first down. 1st and 10.
This quarterback now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Kerryon Johnson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Lions have taken the lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
On 2nd down now, it's Lindsey, and he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. He'll buy some time right. He finds his target, Fuller. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the 1st. Screen pass to Lindsey. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco 1st down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Pretty solid run here on 1st down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the 1st half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. And this one is right down Broadway. So a very tight 1st half. We had to break in a 1-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the 2nd half is underway. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the 1st half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the 1st half.
We'll see if they do just that. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Obi Melifonwu. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Johnson with a burst, a first down or more. And he'll take this all the way up to the 38-yard line. That good for 22 and a first down. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And this will be caught at the 30. Big gains in succession. Last one was over 20. This one over 30. We know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off two huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go Band of Brothers thought process. No one left behind, no pointing fingers, no accusations. Because if you don't, those quick strikes we just saw, they become long-lasting.
A good pickup there, 26 yards. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. They'll run it with Johnson. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Kerryon Johnson, his second touchdown of the afternoon, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point up and good by Sanders. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And we are tied at 14. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides...
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Locke going to throw. He's got Fuller. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for third down. And the Lions going with an extra DB here on third down.
61, match 5.
They'll try and run for it with Lindsey. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Boy, that's a 5-yard loss. 4th down now. A false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. They try to run on first down, but this defense says no dice. They stop him a couple yards behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long.
At the 34-yard line.
On the set. Smooth. Ready, go. Let's go.
On second down, here's Locke. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
X3, 218, chop.
And movement by one of the Broncos up front, and in comes the flag. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long.
5.
53, Mike. Rip right.
Throwing his Lock on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. This is taken at about the 14. Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Bang, 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 bang.
He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Isaac Yiadom in there to pick it. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 and the 34. Another run by Lindsey. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 8. On 3rd down, here's Lindsey. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. A nice run leaves them just inches from a 1st. Could they possibly be tempted to try this on 4th and about a foot? Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. Lock gonna go on 4th down. And no, it's incomplete. That was DeAndre Baker that time who was able to break that one up. So they pass on the chance to kick the go-ahead field goal, and that may be one they're going to regret big time.
And I think the head coach is going to have some splaining to do, right?
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. It's picked up by the Broncos. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll go again with Lindsey, finding room to the 20. And a cut to this. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Phillip Lindsay with touchdown number 7 on the year. And they're able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter. Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead is now 21-14. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. 25 yards that time. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. They're going to look to throw. He'll get this one to Galladay. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. The Lions on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback.
Got it.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Here's Locke to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Locke working out of the gun. Flush to his right, and that is incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
That's taken on the 25. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Looking to throw. Underneath for Johnson. 4 yards on the pickup, and just like that, it's 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Throwing deep for Galladay. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. That pickup goes for 25. What a flip of the script from 4th down to 1st. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. And, a crusher. And I do believe this is going to line up a safety. It is. It's a safety. How about that for a wacky play? Wow, what a disaster. You talk about a guy making a good play on the interception and then just trying to be too cute on the return.
It almost felt like his own gyroscope really got out of whack, didn't it? Going backwards into your own end zone after such a great play. Totally disoriented and gave up 2 points for his team.
Taken in at the 11. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the offense will get this one back. Boy, that could have been catastrophic at this late stage of the game, but they avoid disaster. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Von Miller doing what he does best with a sack. And down by 5. They've got to go for it here on 4th down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Broncos are close to finishing off this football game. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. They'll run with Lindsey. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 45. And that will write a finish to this ball game. So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for the Broncos, that early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0.